This podcast is brought to you by Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania. Spend less to heat and cool your home now through March 31st with the area's top full-service window service by saving $300 on every window and $800 on every door. You can even get a free upgrade to Smart Sun Glass without having to pay anything for 2 years. Take advantage of this deal and schedule yourself a free inspection by heading over to RBACentralPADeals.com. That's RBACentralPADeals.com or by calling 717-836-1080.
Musa is a slim silhouette as he walks from the shadows into the glow of streetlights in the ghostly quiet subdivision. Outwardly, all seems well, but something's amiss inside one of the homes. Musa pauses. On his video live stream, he mentions in a hushed tone that his date just texted instructions that the front door is unlocked. Musa should walk right in. The wary predator hunter peeks into the glowing windows instead. There are children playing inside, Musa says. Something's wrong. Could it be a trap?
That was PennLive crime reporter John Lucy reading from his upcoming series, Daddy's Hunting Predators, which tells the tale of Musa Harris, the self-appointed Luzerne County predator catcher. Keep your eyes peeled for Daddy's Hunting Predators Part 1, plus a special Today in PA interview featuring John, coming to a screen near you tomorrow. Stop-and-frisk is once again a topic of conversation in Philadelphia ahead of its mayoral election. Meanwhile, Pennsylvania drivers could get a 50% refund from Turnpike tolls. You could get unclaimed property back from the state treasury in a speedier fashion. Also, Sheetz cut prices on some of its gas. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and you're listening to Today in PA. Stop-and-frisk has once again become a topic of discussion in Philadelphia ahead of its mayoral election, reports the Philadelphia Inquirer. As shootings continue to leave residents wounded or killed at a record pace, some officials have tossed the idea back out on the table as a means to combat the city's violence. This includes candidate Sherelle Parker, who 3 years ago, when she was a city council member, drafted a resolution asking voters to ban illegal use of the practice. Now, after a news conference last week, Parker suggested revisiting the potential use of stop-and-frisk, although she didn't get too into the specifics as to what this tactic would look like. Those who oppose the practice claim it not only doesn't work, but disproportionately targets people of color. Many believe Parker's strategy echoes former Mayor Michael Nutter's run for the position, during which he heavily advocated for the practice. Stop-and-frisk did indeed see an uptick after he came into office, coinciding with the lowest homicide rate Philadelphia saw in 50 years. Pennsylvania Turnpike tolls have been bumped up for 15 consecutive years now, reports CBS Local Philadelphia. But what if you got some of those tolls back? That may sound pretty unbelievable, but a recently proposed bill from State Senator Steve Sandusero could make the unbelievable a reality. Bill 419 would refund 50% of tolls on the Turnpike, as well as bridges over the Delaware, to drivers and companies. In money terms, that's up to $500 max a year, although this would be as a tax credit. All anyone has to do is show proof of payment through things like Easy Pass receipts by September 15th every year, and voila, the refund's yours. Further information regarding this bill remains pending. Speaking of giving stuff back, the state treasury may be doing just that in a more efficient fashion in the future, states PennLive. Yet another proposed bill, this time coming from Senator John DeSanto, would allow the Treasury to automatically cut a check to return unclaimed money in up to $5,000 to its rightful owner without the requirement that said owner file a formal claim. Ditto for the return of property less than $5,000, but only in the case where the Treasury has a verified sole owner. Treasurer Stacey Garrity said last week how the Treasury actually has the means and ability to do this already, but that this bill would be, quote, a huge step forward, unquote, in getting that system fired up. Sheetz has decided to cut the price of premium, mid-grade, and ethanol-free gas to match the price of regular 87-octane gas, announces PennLive. That means, for a limited time, all Sheetz that sell gas will be selling this fuel at discounted prices within Pennsylvania and outside of it in states like West Virginia and Ohio, too. This deal runs through this Friday, March 24th. That wraps up today's episode, a very financially focused one, I might say. For even more news, head over to PennLive.com. And also please remember to take the time to rate this podcast and to leave in an honest review if you're willing and able. Thanks ahead of time, and of course, thanks for listening. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and I'll talk to you tomorrow for more Today in PA. This podcast is brought to you by Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania. Spend less to heat and cool your home now through March 31st with the area's top full-service window service by saving $300 on every window and $800 on every door. You can even get a free upgrade to Smart Sun Glass without having to pay anything for 2 years. Take advantage of this deal and schedule yourself a free inspection by heading over to RBACentralPADeals.com. That's RBACentralPADeals.com, or by calling 717-836-1080.